Good Thursday to all. Hope everyone is doing well. As some of you might know, my first learning was not in a school or in a yeshiva, but rather on a street, Sesame Street. And I think my first rabbeim were actually Ernie and Bert. And there are things I still remember today from Sesame Street from 1974 and 1975. And in one episode, Ernie had a little bit of a challenge falling asleep. So Ernie shared a room with Bert, and he wakes up Bert and he says, Bert, I have a little bit of an issue. I'm having difficulty falling asleep. And Bert recommends that he count sheep, counting sheep to fall asleep. So Bernie actually starts doing it. This was actually Ernie, starts doing it. Eventually gets a little bit bored. So he moves on to counting fire engines. So it's an episode I do remember, but what I would like to talk about a little bit is about counting sheep and why perhaps that might help a person fall asleep. So it works as follows. Yaakov had some serious challenges with his boss slash father-in-law. This father-in-law boss just changed policies and guidelines and salary and benefits day in, day out. It was becoming impossible. And Yaakov himself expresses that difficulty, that sleep fled from my eyes during this difficult period of time. He couldn't sleep. He had a difficulty falling asleep. And the Midrash notes that Shema Machar Yachlifet Maskorti. It's very possible that my boss is just going to change wages tomorrow, change those things that were already established. He worried about his future. How am I going to feed my family? And it was a large family, several wives there. He worried. And when you worry, you simply can't fall asleep. Now, Yaakov eventually did fall asleep. And he shares later with his wives that he had a dream. And in his dream, the angels were moving sheep from the flock of Lavan to his, indicating that God Almighty was taking care of him. As he worried, God had a plan. God was taking care of, God wanted to be sure that he walked away with enough to take care of himself, his family, and actually do very, very well. And there's a lesson there that sometimes we worry about things, right? We worry. But when we remember that there's a higher being running a show, that things occur for a reason, that there's a master plan, and on some level everything is really for the good. We don't always understand it, but when we recognize the fact that there is one taking care of us, we could calm down and we could sleep better. And therefore, perhaps we have this minhag of counting sheep, because the vision Yaakov had at night was of sheep being transferred. We count those sheep, because by counting those sheep, we remember that there is someone taking care of us, just as Yaakov was taken care of as he worried when he tried to fall asleep. So, obviously, a significant message for a time of challenge. We have to have faith that there is a creator. He's running the world. There's a plan. And we have to be optimistic that those things that are waiting for us as all this will end is actually a much better world, because it's a world where we're going to appreciate what we have. And when we are appreciative and we give thanks to the Almighty, we are fulfilling our mission. So take care. Let's continue doing our part, being optimistic. It should be a wonderful day. Bye-bye.